For how long? For how long? That's what Benny was saying. And what he was talking about was actually Liverpool. Me and Benny are, of course, Liverpool fans, but we are not really confident that they're going to win. Edwin, however, who's a Spurs fan, thinks that Liverpool is going to win.
And don't forget how difficult this is for me because I really, really hate Liverpool. But I mean, I watch them play now and they're winning games they don't deserve to win. And I keep saying that every time you play badly and you win games, that's the mark of a champion. You know, I mean, Manchester United has done it, Arsenal's done it. They all play bad games, but they take points, you know. And Manchester United just did it. They played not too well against Sunderland and they took the 3 points. As much as you criticize the performance, the important thing is 3 points were taken, you know. Liverpool have been taking the 3 points and they haven't been losing that much. Even when they couldn't beat, was it Fulham and
Stoke City,
you know. They still didn't lose that game, and it was a good time. I think it was a good time that they didn't win. Rather, they didn't lose because those were the games that all the other teams, you know, didn't manage to get points as well.
Yeah.
I think everything seems to be going in their favor, and honestly,
I think they're just coasting on luck, though.
Well,
sometimes that's what you need.
Sometimes it's what it takes, but you know, I don't think they're coasting on luck. I don't think they're coasting on luck that much as. I don't remember if anybody knows this, but when I first started writing for the paper, newspaper, I think it was the season when Liverpool was far and ahead second or third in the league.
Did we blow it?
Yeah, you did. You lost to, I think, you lost to some small team at the last game of the season and didn't qualify for Champions League. I said at that point in time when Liverpool were coasting to second place that Liverpool wouldn't actually make Champions League because they were winning every game by lucky goals. They were winning, but it was like a bounce off a head here, or, you know, and they weren't. To me, they were not playing Champions League football, but they were winning games then. It's different today. You know, they are not dominating games, but they're controlling the pace of the game pretty well. And then they score when the opportunities are given to them. I hate to say they look like a championship team because they don't. Manchester United looks like a championship team. Chelsea looks like a championship team. Liverpool doesn't, you know. I don't think anybody believes that Liverpool would win the league title. I don't think anybody believes it. Not
we
even
hope so, as fans.
You know?
I think that therein lies the crux of the matter. I'm just not very confident that when they have to get games by the scruff of the neck, when it matters, I don't think they can do it. I'm not sure if they can do it because I think it takes more than balls bouncing the right way to win a championship.
And you would know about balls bouncing the right way, right? I mean, being in golf.
Yes, wow.
That was what I meant.
Yeah,
so,
my ball doesn't seems to
so.
bounce the right way, lah. But
no, I think jumping ahead to the next point which you were going to bring up is the fact that, and don't forget, they're doing this without Torres.
Yes.
You know? And Torres may not have been the greatest goal scorer that he was last. Yeah, he's cute. But
thank you.
and he is the greatest goal scorer
you know,
we have.
They're doing it without a real target man, without a real striker, because Robbie Keane isn't a real striker.
Hello,
you know?
yeah, we know.
You know,
He was thanking me for the money that we gave him.
£20 million.
Yeah.
I mean, like off with Bellamy, in with Keane. I don't understand that one, lah.
Yeah.
Nobody
Crowd
does.
some more.
Yeah, it
So
blows my mind.
you see, they didn't understand that Robbie Keane was doing so well at Spurs because he was playing with Berbatov, and the two of them
And
actually
then
need to
after
be
that,
together.
yeah.
And now the both of them being apart,
Exactly.
They're
Darren
like
Bent has
salt
scored
and
more
pepper.
goals than both of them combined, you know.
Yeah.
And we got Darren Bent who scored 11 goals. Berbatov and Keane scored, 6 goals between them, and we got £50 million in our pocket as a result of it. Okay, you know, not to boast too much. Okay, but seriously, I think the fact that Liverpool has been doing this without Torres playing, you know, that says a lot about the team. They don't have a real striker. They don't even have a real striker right now. I think that says a lot about the team.
Okay, we have some comments. So, and SP, well, Liverpool beat Man United and Chelsea and have lost only one game. And SP also said Liverpool are still on top, 1 point ahead. Red Devils, 72. Liverpool will fade. It's still a 2-horse race between Man United and Chelsea. Scolari seems to be cracking under pressure, but the Chelsea players have shown last season that they don't really need a manager. Their strength and quality is scary. If the injured players come back on form, United will have a hard time defending their title. Up on top, NSP also said, very good point, Edwin. I don't know which point you made that was very good, but it should be almost all up. And then Red Devil 72, to Edwin's point on Liverpool not losing as much this season, Arsenal lost less games than Man United and Chelsea last season, but still finished third. Problem then was that they were drawing too many games.
Which they're not doing this season. That's my point. I mean, they are winning enough games. I mean, they are winning games that they should be drawing in the first place, right? I mean, Stoke and Fulham aside, they have been scrapping games in the 89th minute, 90th minute, getting the 3 points where it counts. I hate it. I mean, it's not the kind of
Well, it's the early part of the season that they, they showed us a different side we haven't seen. But
I think of late, they've been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they have been. I mean, the fact that the rest are struggling shouldn't be seen as a consolation. I don't think it should be, we're still ahead. And the Pool fans know it. In Anfield, when they drew against Fulham, everyone was up in arms, even though they were on top. So it's not so much that's not the football to play or that's the football to play, but the confidence in the fans to say, hey, this could be our season. It's like with a double-edged sword. It's like, this actually could be our season.
But I think we're realistic fans.
No, that's because you've been disappointed season after season after season.
Yes, and it could be that. It could be all that. Yeah, it could be pantang.
Maybe this is the season when you don't expect it, and that's when it's going to happen,
Maybe. But I think a lot depends on. I think fate, destiny, whatever, it could come into play here. And I partly agree with what you say. I mean, Chelsea would have looked the best outfit to do something, with what's happening to the team right now, with Didier, again dissatisfied.
As usual lah, another prima donna.
Scolari, looking a bit clueless. Teams getting points at Chelsea. They're not looking that impregnable. Yeah. And Man U didn't have the greatest start early season. So, but these are factors that shouldn't be taken into consideration, but they are. And I think the only way I can see Liverpool going forward and maybe winning the championship is
if we play consistently
if
for
we
once.
play consistently for once, and it seems it's
others'
like
fault.
almost fate lah. It's like fate.
Thanks, Mark.
Like 20 years maybe. God. Your turn.
Let's give you one, right?
But it's not pretty to look at, and I wish they could do something about. I look at the way things are doing right now, and I'm harking back to the Julia days, and I'm looking, it's not very different. Looking at the way they are playing. Like the year when they won our treble,
You say it with such disdain.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that, and I was celebrating, big time down there. But then got the Man U fans come and look me in the eye and say, treble? Okay lah, But if I'm looking at the team back then and the team now, they don't seem that much different in terms of the way they all like bounce the ball around back to that playing that half of the.
And the problem is you got more quality now.
And you got a lot more quality now. So
no more Igor Biscan and no more.
Yeah, no more. Oh, Igor Biscan.
But Kim is still a £20 million thing, like past prime stick sitting on the bench here. But anyways, you brought up Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea also beat Bolton Wanderers last weekend 2-0.
That was
now,
a beauty goal, man.
Well, good
Beauty
both
goal.
of them.
Yeah.
Well, what my question is to you guys is, they have a hiring freeze now as well. Hiring freeze, so to speak. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to affect Chelsea at all?
I think Chelsea has a good team that can last. They can last the season if they want to, lah. But I think it could be the coach more than the team right now. Yeah.
It's every coach wants to bring in their own players. I think Scolari hasn't had time to really build his squad yet. He brought in Deco and he brought in one or two others, but I think he missed out on Robinho, which was probably his main signing. So I think he still wants to bring one or two players that he can really rely on. Drogba doesn't seem to want to play for him, or doesn't seem to want to play for anybody.
But I think Roman is like the 15th. He's ranked 15 on the Forbes World's Billionaires 2008, but he apparently.
But I heard he bought a lot of lemon. I heard he bought a lot of lemon funds. So
It's one of those things. Well, we have to wrap for today. I would like to thank our handsome guests for today. Edwin la, Benny la, Mark, my co-presenter, and of course, You will definitely see them back on the show over and over and over again because we like them on the show. Join us again this Friday for another session of Mouth Off with the Spurs meeting United, Chelsea meeting West Ham. Yeah, happy. Borough against Arsenal. This Friday's Mouth Off is definitely one to not miss. Razorism for the day. Scottish footballer Bill Shankly once said, "Some people think football is a matter of life and death. I can assure them it is much more serious than that." That's all from us today. Thank you and good night.
Night. Ciao.